We're going straight into this video. You can tell by the title, I've had an absolute stinker. I went to Ireland, Belfast, for Dubshed Car Show. We get the ferry over there, get the ferry back. Saltwater, I think, probably got on my wheels. Grant, with Mark 6, fully polished wheels. He had the right idea. He washed his wheels the minute he got home and gave him a quick wipe over so that he didn't have any problems. I was like, nah, I'll put a ceramic coating on mine. Mine'll be fine. Cleaned the car the next day and they're ruined. I'll show you now what they look like. We've got a little bit of a... I've already done 2 to make sure I knew that I would be okay before I had an absolute fit on camera. They are rescuable. Big shout out to Dan Taylor from Wheel Unique for the bit of advice and guidance on what to do, how to do it. I'll tell you what I've done, give you a little time lapse of me doing the other 2 and see if you think they're acceptable to be to have been recovered. I don't know how well the camera's picking it up. Oh, there we go. But you can see I let them get a little bit bad and it doesn't just wipe off either. So we've got two wheels to do. Tell you what the biggest issue with these wheels are. If you look at this, I'll get you close up. Look at the design. All these spokes. The way that I'm doing it with a drill attachment, so I don't want to spin and burn the metal polish onto the faces. So I have got to sit and mask all the faces up, but it'll be worth it. Little bit of an overhaul of what I've got, what I'm using. Masking tape to mask up all the wheel. I'll show you what that looks like once I'm done with that. Everyone knows about these. If you don't, really soft microfibers, cheap as chips. £12.50 I think from Costco, bag of 36. Use one, bin it. Couldn't recommend them enough. This one is going to be a little bit of a hit and miss. Auto sole. Yes, it's meant to be very aggressive. I've actually done alright. I didn't seem to get that much harshness on them or big scratches on the lips, so I would say that is definitely doing the majority of the work for me. Then I go over it at the end with the Meguiar's NXT all metal polish. Really good stuff, gives it a real nice shine after. And then I've got a number of attachments. This one's wrecked, so I use this one with the auto sole. This one I use with the Meguiar's. For the rear wheels, because of the way this little one is the absolute one, because if you look, it fits in there perfectly. This bad boy I'm using for the edge part of the lips, and then the fronts are a little bit harder, so I've got a smaller attachment on the Dremel to get like behind on the fronts. So let's mask them up, and then I'll talk you through each bit of what I'm doing, probably do a little bit of a time lapse on it, and we'll see the outcome. But that's the rear wheel as well. As you can see, it's not the nicest of conditions, so everybody laugh at me now. Now you also all understand why I've run painted wheels. Anyone that knows me knows I'm not very good with having patience, so you can only imagine how wound up I am with sitting masking all of this. The reason I've masked it is because when you put one of the drill attachments in, because it's metal polish and it's a matte face, it will like put a black stain mark on the paint. So me doing that basically allows me to do it with a drill attachment and not damage my face. So well, a bit of 15-20 minutes messing around with masking it up, but it's worth it for the outcome. So now we can start. We'll probably start at the bottom because we'll see the best changes with the way the sun is. We'll start with auto sole to rip into it, get all the muck off, and then we'll go over it with a final one of Meguiar's. One tip, the main thing out of doing this: gloves. Metal polish isn't very nice, so I would always recommend putting some gloves on to save getting all the muck on your hand. My way I've found is I'll just dab it on my finger and actually just put it directly on the window in the faces so that it gets a nice amount on there. I'll do 3 windows first so we can see what it does, and then you pretty much just go at it. So we'll go of a pre-warning, you will go through quite a few microfibers doing this, because it's not exactly the cleanest of jobs. But let's see how we've got on with just that amount. All I've done is hit that with AutoSol in those 3, and I mean, look at the difference if you go from like this one, these here, and then come round. So big change. Hit it some more, go over, do the whole wheel with that, go over it with Maguire's, and I'll show you the final outcome. Already getting a pretty good shine, massive. I mean, let's go from shine on this, and we'll go to this front wheel that I've not done yet. Can definitely see a huge difference. So the AutoSol pretty much has cut all the grime off, and what coating I did have on there. Got all the salt marks out. There is a few little scratches in them, but I know they're not going to be perfect without taking the faces out, but they're going to be more than good enough for me. So now we're going to let my battery charge, and then we will hit this with Maguire's NXT all metal polish and see what the final outcome of it is with that. Well, while I'm letting my battery on my drill charge, I've masked up the other wheel. What are we saying, troops? Do we want a new updated walk round of the car? I've not done an official going over of the car, like a bit of an in-depth talk of what I've done, what mods are on it and whatnot, since probably since the start of the channel, which was January last year. We could do one of Beck's as well. Do you want that? Let me know in the comments. Do you want me to do a new walk round spec chat, what's done, what's not done, power figures and things like that? So now we're on to using the Maguire's metal polish. I've applied 3 bits here. We use the foam cone this time. This is just a little bit softer to try and give it a nice good shine. So let's see how we get the shine up on these, and then we move on to the next wheel. So that's your difference. This is still by AutoSol. These ones here are by Maguire's. So like the Maguire's just gives it a really nice finish with a nice shine. So considering what they are, I'm going to be a very happy bunny. I tell you what, considering the lips on the front are smaller and I thought they'd be harder, there's much more gap between the spokes. And I mean, look at the difference already. So this is all done. Done. Not done. Look at the difference between that, and that's just with AutoSol. The fronts are coming up incredible. So I'll tell you what, guys, this little contraption of goods here, I'm buzzing with the outcome of this. And we are done. They are back up nice and shiny. What a relief. So I'm now going to give them a quick wash, use some Maguire's all-wheel cleaner. Let me confirm it. Ultimate, we're a bit too dark. Ultimate all-wheel cleaner, just to get any polish off the centres of the faces, get any muck out of the wheels, any brake dust that was left on the centres because they weren't fully clean. And then I'm going to use, this was a bit of a tip from Dan Taylor again at Wheel Unique, to use like a shampoo that has like some form of wax or sealant or whatnot in it, to try and kind of give the wheels a little bit of a layer of protection just from when you're generically cleaning them. So I'm going to opt for the Maguire's hybrid ceramic wash and wax and see what that does. Turning my bucket off because I've definitely just overfilled it. you one thing that's very good. The new Maguire's angled wheel brush. Couldn't recommend it enough. Gets in all those places that you can't get in much easier. Let's see if the hybrid ceramic does much. Let's see if we get much beading from washing it all off. Pretty good stuff, that. And then because I'm lazy, slash, imagine I'm trying to put a cloth or a drying towel in those wheels, I've got a blow dryer. So we can literally use the blow dryer. If I show you now, got to catch it. And there we have it. I've rescued them. If I'm being picky, the fronts have come out really, really good. The rears are probably still a little bit cloudy, but given the condition they was, given what wheels they are, and how much of a pain they are to do properly, I'll take it. I'm definitely over the moon. 100 times better than what they was. I was stressing. These were, been on my car 2 weeks. I was like, I'm going to have to take the tyres off, send them to Dan, get him to split the wheels and do them properly, or I'm going to have to take the faces out and do them myself. But persevered, masked everything up, got it done as best as we could. So just a little recap on the way I done it. Obviously I masked all my wheel up. I went with auto sole first. Obviously everyone's wheels are going to be different, lips are going to be different, so obviously go at your own risk of the way you do it. But I went auto sole, although a lot of people say it's very, very harsh. It cut through all the rubbish that I had on them and didn't scratch the wheels too much. And then I went over it all with Maguire's as like the finish. I'm just going to have to stay on top of it now. Clean the wheels a couple of times a week. Maybe once a month, bang some metal polish on them. But it's a good outcome. Let me know if you want some more walk-arounds of the cars, a bit of a new one of the overhaul, in-depth of what we've done to them both, because we definitely get them done. Let me know if it was any help to you. Failing that, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.